Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy! Send it! Incoming! Put the money in the bag, man!
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin Bro. Yeah, welcome to Drinkin Bros, kids. It's fake news day. It's one of my favorite days. Fake news is always one of my favorite days here on the old YouTube and Kick.com. Are we on Kick.com now?
Yes, sir.
Young
We're
Byron?
live right now.
All right.
I don't know.
Are you?
Come say hi to me. I'm
I
hanging
will.
out over there.
Is that you in there?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be monitoring that. Sometimes, bots and stuff show up, so I'm keeping those clear.
Really?
What kind of bots is it?
Yeah.
Spammers, follow
is
me
it-
accounts, stuff like that.
What kind of spam?
Yeah, what are we looking at?
Asking if it's porno.
No, I haven't seen any porn yet, honestly.
Damn
It's
it,
been
man.
like, follow me on the platform, all that shit.
All right.
Discord shit, all that.
All right. Look, a lot of people are over there. Everybody's partying over there. I guess they're more lenient on copyright and all that shit?
Yeah, just TOS in general. They allow stuff that some of the other live streaming platforms don't. But yeah, it's essentially Twitch, just different, UI on it.
TOS, what does that mean?
Terms of service. Sorry. It's an acronym.
Yeah, it's an acronym that's been part of your daily life since you first bought your first phone.
No.
Yeah.
They've never said TOS to me. They've always said, here's your terms of service. We're shortening that now. We're abbreviating it.
Yeah, my
just
generation
for the
did.
last 25 years.
Fucking bullshit, dude. You guys are liars. You guys are fucking liars, dude. Bob, what do you laugh? There's no way, dude. I've never heard you guys
Byron-
any one of you say in 10 years, TOS.
Byron has not, we've definitely said it, and not only that, but
No.
one of your employees right here has never lived in a world where it wasn't commonly used.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. You guys are all fucking liars. Dude.
I just like that you party like a 20-year-old, but like have the world knowledge of a 70-year-old.
It balances them out.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think that's good. I don't need that bullshit. I know what fucking terms of service is. I don't need to fucking shorten it or anything else, guys.
Do you know what a EULA is?
No, you know what it is?
EULA?
In all sincerity, it's doing these fucking contracts every goddamn day. Everything is spelled out to the exact thing because God forbid, if one of those goes wrong the other way, you get fucking sued. So it's always terms of service in every goddamn thing I use. There's never been an abbrev in any of these goddamn contracts. I can tell you that. Welcome to the program, kids. Got the bro box here live on air. We just got it right before we went on. I was like, oh, shit, dude. And look at this. We got an ugly sweater hoodie. I'll stand up here so you can see it. Look at that. It's got Drinkin Bros on the pocket.
Merry Christmas, you
Which
filthy
is
animals.
Nice. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Then we got the Drinkin Bros Christmas trucker hat, which is fucking dope as well. Big fan, dude. What do we got? 2 days, Anthony? 2 more days left? People can order it?
It's getting close. I mean, if you want it to make sure it's shipped to your house by Christmas, yeah, I would say get it before the weekend's over.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
I mean, there's
Shout out to Brandon, our merch guy, for sending this to me.
technically, I think it's the Postal Service always puts this out. I think it's out to the 11th, maybe, but that's the time it ships, not the order plus shipping. So I would get it done by this weekend.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk it if I were you, but man, God, we've been knocking it out of the park this year. And then January's done. That's one of my faves. So I just subscribe to the Bro Box and drinkinbros.com.
January is one of your faves?
It is, yeah. It's one of my faves.
Why? It's a shitty month.
It's a shitty month, but it's a great Bro Box.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought you meant the month of January is your favorite. And
No.
I don't think anybody's favorite month is January.
It's not.
What's your favorite month, Byron? Took too long. Bob, what's yours?
October.
Yeah.
October, September, same here.
Oktoberfest? Why is it? Because the leaves change and shit?
Well, Halloween.
That's you got all the sports, right? The best sports month.
The convergence, yeah.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the holiday season, and in a normal state, the weather's wonderful.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say that's a pretty solid choice, October.
Yeah, same here.
Nobody's favorite month. Byron, did you think of one?
Yeah, I would probably go same time, August, September, kind of around then. A lot of shit starts to happen. It's cool. Feels like the year's finally getting out of the summer slump. And
Not
getting,
August.
You're from Sacramento and you live in Austin. August can't. There's no way.
The world August.
August or September. It's the two
I
hottest
like
months of the
heat way
goddamn
more.
year.
I like the heat way more. I don't like the cold weather at all. I don't do good with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I love the cold weather. I love this. Like, I love throwing
I
on a
lived in
hoodie,
Vegas. I loved it.
and it's fucking great, dude. Yeah, super amped about this Bro Box. So go and grab it while you can at drinkinbros.com. Having a weird fucking last couple days here, just trying to figure out everything, man. I saw you getting in some arguments on Twitter, so have I. These fucking Somalians, man. This is like the top story. So we got out of, we shot a two-parter for Crime Corner last night, which will be out over the holidays.
Is it about Ellen Omar banging her brother or something?
Right there. The big guy behind
hanging on
you.
the wall.
We finally did the juice on Crime Corner, and it was awesome. It was a two-parter. It went 6 hours last night.
Somalians don't like the Jews.
No, they don't. They don't like anybody. But we got home last night, my wife and I, and flipped on just the normal shit that we tape and everything else, and it spilled into David Muir in the news, and I was like, hang on, before we go to bed, let's just see what the top story is, because we're doing fake news tomorrow. And it was the fucking Somalians, dude. The fucking Somalians were the top story last night.
Yeah, that's because all of the immigrating they did was fraudulent. All the voting they're doing is fraudulent, and all the NGO stuff they're doing is fraudulent.
Ask if David Muir said any of that.
No.
He did not.
No, he's a gay man.
It doesn't matter whether he's gay or straight.
Yeah. Well, it does to me.
Oh, in
And it
regards
does
to
to the
Somalian?
Somalians as well.
Really?
Yeah, you don't think Muslims are super into gay people, do you?
No, but they'll fuck dudes.
That's right, but it's not gay.
They don't consider it gay?
No.
God, that whole place is fucked.
It's like the inner city black community. It's not gay, and then in Muslim culture, it's not gay to butt fuck dudes.
Really?
Yeah, it's very bizarre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure there's somebody's done some research on this. They've had to have.
Had to have. But
Yeah.
here's why I bring this up. So throughout the week, we've been playing these clips in their entirety. ABC News literally just chopped out, they took the first sentence out of every one, and we played the full-length clips on our show. I think on Fake News on Monday, and then another day this week when we were talking about it. They cherry-picked one sentence from each of these people about how great Somalians are and their culture and community and all they're providing for Americans. And I was on Twitter last night with somebody, and I go, can you just name one thing? What is one fucking thing Somalians have done to help culture? Stephen Miller was on Fox News last night. I think he was on Jesse Waters, and he goes, for 250 years of this country, we have not needed any help from Somalian refugees, so why now? Why now? And I cannot figure out this narrative from the left. I really don't understand it. That and the drug cartel thing. It's still so fucking odd to me where, there's nobody in America that I know that's clamoring for this. Yes, give me more Somalians, or stop blowing up drug cartel members on a fucking boat.
Yeah, I mean, so they'll point. Bob, go to Twitter, pull up that link I just sent you. People will. One, it's very easy to explain. It's just postmodernism. That's it. It has infected our entire society, and it is that these people are victims. We are the oppressor, so we owe it to them. That's it. Whether that's true or not, and whether it doesn't even matter if they are the beneficiary of our specific oppression. You see, what matters is they've been oppressed, or at least somewhere at some time period, at some point they've been oppressed. And we, at some point, not us that are alive now, of course, but our ancestors at some point oppressed people. And As such, because we fall into the oppressor class and they fall into the oppressed class, we owe something to them even though we've never interacted.
So that was my next question.
It is insane bullshit. I mean, you have to stretch your mind so much to make that make sense. But in plain terms, that's what it is. What you're describing about, well, not all fucking that. This is the argument they will make. Somebody will say, Stephen Miller will say, when the fuck has the Somalian community contributed to us? And it's a fair question. So they'll pick one guy. Some dude was chirping about his brother. My brother's a cardiologist. He's from Somalia. He's helped people. Mm-hmm. Pull this chart up on the, NACSALT. Not all X are like that. The mistaken belief that because you can name someone in the upper percentile, the vast majority of people in the upper percentile, by the way, is at 2 delta. That's 2 standard deviations above the norm. That most of them aren't at absolute 0 or below. Right?
Yeah.
This is a very simple, it's a statistical psychological principle where people think that because they can name one outlier that was good, mm-hmm. and it works in the inverse too. Like, the vast majority of people are good. What about that guy?
Right,
he sucks. Right. Like that. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's insanity. God damn it, man. Learn math. Learn how to fucking speak English. And understand words, motherfucker. I mean, it's like the dumbest shit of all time. And it is willful. Your people are not that dumb in reality. People are smart. They're able to handle their day-to-day lives. They're able to fucking manage complex situations in their personal life at work. Mm-hmm. And then when this shit comes up right here, brain falls out of their fucking head. It doesn't make any sense to me, but that is the norm.
And I feel like I'm losing my mind. And even my wife last night, when we went to bed, again, the news was on. Bob, I just sent you a clip there because Ilhan Omar was on CNN last night as well. God, that was the worst fucking channel switch of all time for me last night. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Play this clip. And this is just a brief update of what's going on. Because to Dan broke this earlier in the week that they were sending a bunch of feds there. Mm-hmm. She admitted it here last night.
First of all, federal prosecutors say 59 people have been investigated in these schemes so far. Americans at large still tens of billions of forms of aid during the pandemic all over the country. Minnesota's fraud scandal stands out, according to federal auditors. What are you hearing from investigators right now?
Well, I've been following the cases closely as they've gone through the courts, and we know that there are more indictments possibly coming. I think that number might go up to 73 is what I'm hearing.
Okay. Can you shed any light on why the fraud got so out of control in Minnesota?
Can I take that one?
What happened is that, when you have these kind of new programs that are designed to help people, you're oftentimes relying on third parties to be able to facilitate. And I just think that a lot of the COVID programs that were set up, they were set up so quickly that a lot of the guardrails did not get created.
Now, obviously, whatever the ethnic group, the actions of a few dozen should not impugn an entire community of thousands of people.
My friend.
Yeah.
This is the...
it was that last line there that got me.
Yeah, do you remember that? Do you remember that Chappelle show where it wasn't Chappelle's show. It was he was doing stand-up, and I think it's a story of him and his co-writer Nate, whatever the fuck. Yeah. What's his name?
Brennan.
Neil Brennan. Neil Brennan. That's it. Yeah. They were in a car together and they were high as shit, and Neil's driving. I think this is a story about Neil. I think I heard him say at some point, but that's what, it doesn't matter. It's just one of his white friends is driving, and he tries to race some dude, and the cops pull him over, and they're all high as shit, and the white dude looks at the cops, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Dave's like, "What? You just say that?" That's what she just said.
Yep.
She just said, well, look, nobody told Somalians you can't defraud and the entire system and lie. That's what they're used to. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't they continue doing it? Which is why they don't have a fucking country. Get them out of here. Are you fucking kidding me? Man, if somebody has to explicitly tell you not to cheat and lie, then you are a cunt. Mm-hmm.
I will say I have a similar immigrant story.
With your 3-year-old?
No, with
because that's how 3-year-olds think.
We were
nobody told me I couldn't do this.
We were family friends, like in the parish with South American family, I believe. I forget what country. And my mom's a lawyer, right? And both my parents are, but with my mom. And this woman had to do something with a judge. I forget what it was. It wasn't anything serious. And she was like, "What? Do I need to bring some money for the judge, like to give to the judge? Because that's how, like, is that a thing here?
Sure.
It's what I'm used to doing."
Are you kidding?
No, my mom was like, "No, we don't do that here." But she was like, "Are you sure?" And she was like, "Yeah, you're fine.
Interesting.
You're good. You don't need to bribe the judge." And she was like, "Oh, that's what we had to do."
Yeah. I mean,
like in whatever country we came from.
South America, of course, man. I mean, shit. We've all got the stories from Mexico where it's just like you're paying off the police officers for shit. It's just normal. But when you hear people talk like this, and God, we've said this a lot over the last year and a half, I feel like it's the way they're phrasing these sentences and the way that these words are strewn out that you're just like, okay, yeah, there's fraud and everything else. And then his last line got me. Or it's just like, man, it's a shame. It's just such a few. It's like, no. Not a few people could cause $450 million in fucking fraud. Like, that's more than a handful.
Come on.
God
You gotta
damn,
relax,
man.
dude. You gotta look. You just gotta relax.
And all these black people this morning were posting videos because they're in Section 8 housing with all these Somalians. And they're like, yo, dude, these motherfuckers are riding around in new cars, all kinds of crazy shit, dude, with this money. And they're also preventing real black Americans from having housing there because they're housing these motherfuckers there. I just don't understand how this is even a debate. I don't care what party you're in.
Let's get into some of the math here because Matt Walsh did a decent breakdown this morning on this, as he is wont to do. He's a very analytical mind. I think he's got a calculator behind his beard somewhere. He says there are 80,000 Somalians in Minnesota. So if they contribute $67 million in state and local taxes, which is what the record shows. Okay. All right. That's what KSTP, the local Minneapolis fucking, I think it's an ABC affiliate, posted. That means that they each pay on average $800 a year in total taxes, state and local, and one of the highest tax states in the country, by the way. To put that in perspective, the average Minnesotan family pays anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 in state and local taxes, which means Somalians are contributing more than 10 times less, and that doesn't even count the billions of dollars in fraud. So what exactly are they contributing to us other than people who can hijack our boats? There's no boats to hijack in Minneapolis. I know there's a lot of lakes and shit in Minnesota, but you can't just hijack a boat on a lake. It doesn't work. There's nowhere to fucking go, okay? Doesn't work.
You're gonna hijack a pontoon boat?
Yeah, it's not how fucking lakes work, asshole.
Man, this is such a strange hill to die on, these two things. Oh, no, there was a fucking dude who was just like, oh, no, but we could see kind of through the footage, this Democrat, kind of through the footage of the guy on the boat that got blown up. He was reaching back up. It appeared to be part of the boat. It might have been the drugs he was grabbing on. So it was like, yeah, because what's the fucking alternative? What does he go back home after his boat's blown up? Fucking drug dealer's going to be like, hey, bro, did you deliver it? You got the cash? No? Awesome. I'm going to chop your fucking head off. Yeah. That's it.
Good. So he's got to die.
Yeah. Either way, he was going to die. So what does it matter if it was us or them? I don't really give a shit.
I mean, we'll get into that in a moment because the Washington Post just outright lied about this source they said they had. For Hegseth giving commands about kill them all and all this stuff. None of that shit ever happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
None of that shit ever happened. And then of ABC, the New York Times and ABC hasn't directly addressed the Washington Post, but they did address the claims they made. And everything they said is bullshit.
You're kidding.
No.
All right. Well,
it's not shocking.
Does Pete Hegseth watch the show? Or does he listen?
I'm sure some people on his staff do, yeah.
Great. If they're watching or listening now, I actually hoped that he said kill them all. I was hoping that was real.
Well, no,
and by the way,
he may have.
I don't give a there should be no prosecution for that whatsoever.
No. He may indeed have said that in the op order, right? The original one, because he wasn't part of the active
right
thing. Admiral Bradley was in charge of that. But Sure. He may have said, I mean, like you, I hope he said that. But the thing he didn't say was even the survivors or whatever they appended to the end of the whatever statement it was. Nobody said, we don't talk like that.
No.
It's enough to just say kill them all.
That's it. You can walk out of the room.
You don't need to be like, even the other guy. Like, no, kill them all means all, motherfucker. That word means something. Once again, I'm demanding that you learn English.
Then you can just walk out of the room after that.
Wait,
what are we supposed to do? Kill them all.
Corporal
Great.
Goldfish in the chat became a father yesterday morning. Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, man. Boy or girl?
Doesn't
Boy or
matter.
girl, yeah. We'll give him a round of applause. Round of applause.
Womb Raider says, is your sister okay?
Oh, boy.
It's rough, dude.
Yeah, that's rough. But that's Womb Raider. We know him. We know him in the chat
funny,
here.
so.
All right, we'll get to the actual title of the show. Sorry, I wanted to wrap up some of the things we were talking about earlier in the week because it's just, they're really going all out to die on these two hills for some reason that I guarantee you, if you interviewed 99% of real Americans, they'd be like, yeah, man, what's the fucking problem here? Because it's not like any of these celebrities want to live next to these goddamn people. Bring them to your neighborhood.
Yeah, or go to theirs.
Either one.
It's cheap. I mean, if you're one of these
Ben
people
Stiller.
that a bunch of people signed this thing about, I don't know what it was. They signed some document.
Change.org or whatever the fuck. Everybody creates
It's a bunch of celebrities that were like, quit being mean.
To Somalians?
Yeah.
Stop.
Something. Or I don't know if it was the drug boats that they had a problem with, which that would make more sense because they want cheaper cocaine.
Yeah.
But yeah, this just move in.
That's it.
To Dearborn.
Have fun. You can get places there. Go to Zillow. It's pretty easy. It's cheap as fuck, man. And then those are your neighbors now. Really fucking be the change you want to see in the world. All right, top story here is super fucking strange. We're going to say D.C. pipe bomber caught from J6 allegedly here on this one because I'm not sure. It's a very bizarre story that we'll get into here. The suspect who allegedly planted pipe bombs blocks away from the U.S. Capitol on January 5th, the day before January 6th in 2021, has been identified as Brian Cole Jr. of Woodbridge, Virginia. According to two sources briefed on the arrest, the sources say Cole, 30, was in FBI custody as of Thursday following roughly 5 years of investigation. He is charged with the use of explosive device. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced on Thursday the FBI arrested Cole in Northern Virginia. He will make his first court appearance tomorrow in Washington, D.C. Man, we did a story on this a while ago where, and I want to be very careful with my words here. There was a woman that was floating around on the internet. You and I refused to say, hey, dude, this is the person, or it could. Yes, all of these people could look like the person. I don't want to say that it's the actual person without verifying it here. But this is a dude's name, and that chick who was blamed for it and her face was all over the fucking internet can now sue all these places if this is indeed the person. What are you hearing in regards to this? Because this is very strange. Didn't the statute of limitations doesn't run out in like 5 days for this case?
Yeah, it's just a couple days. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff, nothing conclusive about it, but there's a lot of head scratching going on. I can tell you that. Yeah,
because Cole's step-grandfather, Earl Donnett, told NBC News in a phone call that he spoke with FBI about his step-grandson, but declined to comment any further.
Yeah, that sounds like a setup for a porn, but...
it sure does.
Yeah, his dad, Brian Cole Sr., runs Brian Cole Bail Bonds, LLC, that's in Fairfax, Virginia. And they bond out a lot of immigrants and stuff like that, which is kind of weird. I don't... his business got raided by the FBI today.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's just in connection to his son. Maybe his son was like an employee there or something. Maybe they think he helped facilitate. Maybe they think there's physical evidence there. I don't know about any of that. I just saw that it happened, so no need to fucking speculate right now necessarily. But yeah, I can't remember who. I think it was the Blaze that originally ran that story. That it was that woman. I'm 99% sure it was the Blaze, which means
okay.
Whomever it was, the equity firm or whatever that bought them from Glenn Beck has already fucked up. and they will be out of business because you're gonna get the shit sued out of you for this.
God damn,
like
dude.
that, they put that woman on fucking blast. And look, I don't know. Maybe she's still involved in some way. Maybe she's not. Maybe that's not even a woman because it looked kind of butchy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know anything about any of that shit. What I do know is that the Blaze ran with what they consider to be a verified story, and the FBI is saying that is not the case, right? So if this dude gets convicted, especially if there's a bunch of testimony out about details and blah, 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 and all this stuff, and it's pretty evident that he's the one that's guilty for it, the Blaze is going to get the absolute piss suit out of them.
Yeah, but I've yet to hear from that woman. She never came out and made a statement, to my knowledge.
What do you think she sounds like?
A lot like me. Man, I just want to fucking, go down pond, fish, hunt, I mean, that's a real lesbian. That's a real one, it looked like.
I think
the
I
person
might.
they were trying to pin this on here. But, yeah, there's some people are posting the criminal complaint of Brian Jerome Cole Jr., and it's been released. Apparently, and again, this is all allegedly at this point. Like, I don't have the actual information, but apparently Brian Cole was tracked through his purchase data, cell phone, and license plates. If that's the case, why would that take 5 years? That doesn't seem like if that's all it took.
Yeah.
And we're the FBI, and it's in Virginia. And then, Bob, I just sent you the picture of the house because they raided the house. And they got the police and somebody else going up to the house as well. It's a $700,000 house in Virginia, which looks very nice, by the way, on the outside. Congratulations to him or his father, I guess. And then, boom, homeboy rolls up to this house, and you can see all the police out front and everything that's going on here. Because this looks like a nice, wealthy, suburban neighborhood.
Just say white. Stop tiptoeing around.
Okay. It looks like a white neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much bail bonding pays.
A lot.
But clearly it's not insignificant, I guess.
Yeah, we knew a guy in L.A., and that's all he did was run a shit ton of those goddamn things. Because you get a VIG, you get a little cut, you get a little taste off of that when you get these fuckers out of there. And, yeah, they did really well. They did really fucking well in Los Angeles. So I would imagine it'd be the same way around, let's call it D.C. D.C.'s got a lot of crime. So, yeah, that would make sense that he's lives in a nice place and all that other shit. But the thing that's the oddest to me about this entire story is, where's the mugshot? All we have is this guy that's walking. Go back to that other photo, Bob, that we sent you here. Because everybody was talking about the gates, and they were tracking him through the gate. We had talked about it as well. Why don't we have this guy's face?
Well, here's what I want to know. I want to know why this. It's one of two things. Either this guy walks like a woman, because women and men have very markedly different gaits. Even if you couldn't establish if it was a specific person, you would immediately know if it was a man or a woman using gait recognition. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
So this guy either walks like a chick, or that young lady, the former Capitol police officer, has a hog. Because that's one of the. So there's two reasons that you walk the way you do. There's two reasons that you can identify a man from a woman when it comes to gait recognition. One of them is the width of hips. Women's hips are wider, right? For pushing out eggs.
Babies.
Are we mammals?
Yeah. Pushing out babies. So.
All right, so whatever. Yeah, that and the hog and the nuts. Mostly the nuts. Not so much the dick, but the balls.
Yeah,
right?
the balls.
'Cause they're between your legs, and it makes you walk differently. There's more of a hitch in the way you walk.
A little hitch in your giddy up.
Right? Instead of women who are like this, but it's canted outward a little bit. So no matter what surgeries you get done, in 10,000 years when they dig up your bones, you're a dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
There will be no confusion about what you were.
No.
Just to be clear. But yeah, that's that part is very odd to me. I don't know if the Blaze just made that shit up, or the source that they got it from made it up, or what the fuck was going on. But there's very little chance that a 5'10" to 6 foot tall black man walks the same way as the black part is irrelevant. There's no way that a 5'10" to 6 foot man walks the same as a fucking 5'3" woman. It's just not. There's not a possibility of that, right? Unless she's got an affected walk, like she's doing it on purpose. You've seen this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking at
It's
it now.
like,
I'm looking at
You could see some of the butchier lesbos. They're like adjusting their crotch and shit. I'm like, what are you fucking adjusting?
Gotta grab that hog.
There's nothing down there.
Nah, you do.
Do you think they use nudicles or something?
Or it could be a really beefy pussy. Like I don't want to.
I
rule
guess,
that out,
yeah. I mean, that's a
obviously.
possibility. If they're taking like fucking testosterone, it's going to get bigger.
But people on Twitter are like, yeah, that's the CIA security chick's about to own the Blaze. Yeah, if they're incorrect on this, we'll see.
I mean, she was Capitol Police, then she went to CIA uniform security.
Okay.
Which is not uncommon, by the way. I'm not suggesting there's any kind of conspiracy going on there.
Bob, check your DMs on Twitter. So Pam Bondi just went live an hour ago to discuss this. I'm curious to hear what she said about
How
this.
is she going to turn this into a way to try to take our guns?
Well, we'll
That's
find
the real
out.
question.
We'll find out.
Put it in
Early
PIP.
this morning, Brian Cole Jr. was arrested and charged with placing the pipe bombs at the RNC and the DNC on January 5th, 2021. He has been charged with violating 18 U.S.C. 844, which is use of an explosive device. This investigation is ongoing. As we speak, search warrants are being executed, and there could be more charges to come. I'm going to let our U.S. attorney discuss that shortly. This was the work of multiple agencies working together. This morning's operation was carried out safely and successfully. Early
Cash
this
Patel, with eyes wide open. Right there, just right in your face, man. Woo. It always haunts my dreams. What do you think? If it's true, I love it. If all this is true, I love it. But it seems like if those were the three things that they were able to catch this guy with so easy in 5 years, why did this take so long right before the statute of limitations? And then why don't we have a picture of this fucking dude?
Yeah, it's a fair. I mean, the picture part I don't care about, but the rest is fair. It makes you wonder if this is. I mean, it makes you wonder a lot of things, but mostly for me, it makes me wonder why the prior administration was not able to do this. And the secondary question is the current administration not able to do it, and they think they are, right? Those are two, I think, valid questions. I don't think they would make it up. That would be hard to defend, especially with so many deep state actors still within the FBI who would definitely leak that information if this was all made up. So the question, again, is who the fuck was in charge at the FBI prior to the Trump administration? Because what was happening, what we know for a fact was happening was trumped-up charges. We know that people were being moved from federal agencies into city prosecutors' offices to specifically prosecute Trump. And that the FBI apparently just couldn't figure any of this shit out. They couldn't figure out how to do their job when it came to terrorism or any of this other stuff. But when a Catholic mom went to a fucking school board meeting and said, hey, stop teaching my kid to cut their dick off, then that became terrorism, right?
Yeah.
So it's like really curious.
Yeah, it's all very, very odd and very strange. And usually you have a photo of the dude. Like, take Luigi, that guy who's on trial right now. Mangione.
Well, there was a manhunt for him.
There
so
was.
It made sense that there were photos out earlier.
But we got it 2 hours later. I mean, it's been past the 2 or 3 hours here. Where the fuck is this guy? What does he look like? We're still passing around this picture. So, yeah, we'll wait for further details on this, but what a bizarre fucking story here. All right, that'll get us to our first sponsor here, talking about mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with mybookie.com. So they're letting us do partner picks, which is kind of like our lock of the week here. This is mine for the week. Championship weekend. College football. It's the first 1 versus 2 matchup we've had in a few years. Also the first time, more than likely, a Heisman Trophy winner will come out of this game because of the top 2 as far as odds go in Vegas, and it's down to Mendoza and Sayin. And they're playing against each other. Ohio State's against Indiana in the great state of Indiana. If you love Indiana. Going with Ohio State, huge shock, -4.5. That's it. I think they easily win by 2 scores, but sure, it's 4.5. Did the odds move at all? After I bet this yesterday?
Let me check. It's 4.
4? Yeah. Shit.
Money's moving on Indiana.
Hey, it started off at 5.5. You know that, right? Earlier in the week, it was at 5.5. So the fact that it's dropped down to 4 means there's a lot of people betting Indiana. Good. Give me, I will re-up on that. I will double down on that fucking bet at 4 and everything I can get this at. So looking forward to it. Great slate of games. That's the primetime game. And then the game before is Georgia-Alabama. That's always a fucking banger. So can't wait, dude. Can't wait. Down here in Texas, obviously. Everybody's watching Texas Tech at that 11 a.m. Central game, noon for the East Coast there. They're playing BYU. Fucking hey, just banger after banger after banger. And then the NFL on Sunday is just nothing but fucking massive games that will determine playoff hopes for shit. I'd say half the league, as we were talking about on sports the other day. So, yeah, man, great time to gamble, feel alive. I'm not saying bet your mortgage or anything, but just you put a little something on it in the background and have fun. Enjoy yourself over at mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. And if you take the partner pick, which is mine, then you get an extra 15% on that particular bet. So a lot riding on this one on Saturday, and I can't wait for it. I'm fucking juiced off about it. God damn it. Let's go. I wish it was here already today, but it's not. All right, next up. We got Venezuela again, dude. The Dallas Express has obtained an explosive letter addressed to President Donald Trump from Hugo Carvajal Barrios. I think I said that right. I'm pretty close. Former director of military intelligence for Venezuela and once one of the most powerful figures inside the governments of the Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro regimes. The letter shared exclusivity with DX. What the fuck is DX?
The Dallas Express.
They shorten it to DX, dude?
Yeah, I mean, DMX was already taken. So.
God damn it, man. That's where I was going with this.
Mm-hmm.
Ow, ow. Yeah, where my dog's at? That would be fucking awesome, dude. Who's got the AI rights for DMX?
I don't know, but he doesn't say dogs.
Where my dog's at? Ow, ow. What does he say?
The N-word.
Well,
repeatedly.
No, that's where my friend's at in that song, okay? Man, I wish I could buy that AI voice, by the way. Just imagine him reading the fucking news today. The letter shared exclusively with DX. God, that'd be great, dude. Fuck. Former senior Justice Department prosecutor marks the first time retired Major General has put these warnings out on the record since pleading guilty earlier in the year in a U.S. federal narco-terrorism case. Carvajal, extradited from Spain after a lengthy international manhunt, says he is writing to atone and alert Americans to what he describes as a coordinated, state-directed campaign targeting the United States. Former Venezuelan intelligence chief Hugo Carvajal, once a top insider there, pleaded guilty in U.S. federal court in June and now warns that Venezuela's narco-terrorist organization is intentionally targeting the United States, which you said earlier in the week.
Yeah, there's a bunch of detail he gave on this, and we're going to have to work through whether or not it's accurate. I mean, I don't know what... This was like an open letter delivered by his attorney. So it wasn't testimony and exchange as a state's witness or anything, which is kind of odd, to be honest. Like, I don't know why what his plan is here, if it's to leverage this to try to get leniency in a parole board or some shit.
Probably.
But it didn't go through a proffer session. We're like, hey, I've got this information. What can you do for me? Because his attorney just released it. It was like an open letter, so it was just really odd, to be honest. Usually this would go through a proffering session through state's attorney, like, hey, what can you do for me? Right, and I'll give you this information. But the information is, some of it we knew. I think, I mean, I certainly knew it just from having worked in whatever the fuck. Carvajal says that the Maduro regime weaponized cocaine, collaborated with FARC, knew that. ELN knew that. Cuban intelligence definitely knew that. And Hezbollah, we knew that as well, which is one of the things that makes it so odd about these people who are crying over dead drug traffickers.
Yeah.
Like part of there's two primary things that are happening with that cocaine and with Venezuela's oil exports. They owe the Chinese government somewhere between 60 and 100 billion. The Maduro regime specifically owes them, not the state of Venezuela per se, but Yeah, so who knows what they're doing for China to get that back. I know they're giving them discounts on their cheap sludge oil, which we don't want, by the way. Like Venezuelan oil sucks. It's very similar to the northwestern Canadian oil, like the tar sand stuff. That's really hard to process, and there's only a couple of facilities that are actually capable of processing it. But anyways, they also what the claim that he's making is that there's a number of them. The first one is that Tren de Aragua and
hey, Byron, do
you even work
what,
here?
Trend?
My God, dude. Thank you.
All right, so Tren.
You gonna blast this full of what, Holmes?
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, cut it. Tren de Aragua and a lot of other violent criminal networks were imported into the United States by the Maduro regime specifically. They weren't just coming up here to do business. He sent them here. He asserts that Venezuelan and Cuban intelligence infiltrated U.S. institutions for 2 decades, including military installations. And he has proof. He claims that Smartmatic, Bob, look that up really quick, just for context. We'll get into that in a sec. Smartmatic was developed inside Venezuela as an election manipulation tool, later deployed abroad, including into the United States, so that the 2020 election was in part, let's call it shifted by Smartmatic. Okay.
Sure. And by the way, this was something reiterated yesterday, ironically, by Mike Lindell. The MyPillow guy who's running for governor.
So Smartmatic is a U.S. voting solution rather, that meets America's highest standards for secure, accessible, and transparent elections, built for voters, designed for election workers.
Yeah.
Now, this piece of technology was allegedly infiltrated and manipulated by the Venezuelan government, that is to say, Maduro's regime, and they have been using it to interfere in the United States elections. Now we've got to prove that, I suppose. I mean, so Rubio on Hannity Thursday, last Thursday actually, said the Maduro regime is not a legitimate government. What it is a transshipment organization allowing cocaine and other drugs to move through Venezuela on airplanes and ships headed towards the United States. The New York Times just ran a story the other day or is it the Post? It was either the New York Times or the Washington Post, showing how the Venezuelans have taken over the cocaine shipping to West Africa to get it into Europe as well. So they're the number one name in the game when it comes to this stuff. So, certainly I personally haven't seen any direct information showing that fentanyl is being trafficked by Venezuela. I haven't seen that, right? But I can also do math in my head pretty easily. And when I see that they are on the hook for billions of dollars to the Chinese government, when they're one of their closest trade partners now, when they're shipping cocaine both to the United States and to West Africa to get into Europe, and where both of these continents are being flooded with fentanyl, it's not hard to put 2 and 2 together there, especially considering the Mexican border is completely shut off right now. That is to include the fact that they have been working with known Muslim terrorist organizations for decades. It's no secret that Hezbollah works with the Venezuelan government. They have since Chavez, right?
Yeah.
And Hezbollah also had to deal with FARC before this is mostly out of Colombia, but some Venezuela, to wash their money, so to speak, to move money around in cocaine instead of dollars, because the Hawala network was being discovered and blah, blah, blah. And a drug shipment just looks like a drug shipment, but piles of cash looks like terrorism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this has been going on for a long time. The State Department currently maintains a $50 million reward for information leading to Maduro's arrest, a figure publicly announced by U.S. Attorney General. As a matter of fact, a Brazilian billionaire just flew over to Venezuela last week and told Maduro he needs to fucking turn himself in because it's causing problems for their businesses down there. This is all about putting pressure on him to get him out of the way. You can debate why. The obvious response from, I guess you could say, the anti-war crowds, if you want to call them that. One of them is, this is unconstitutional. It's not. Sorry. I mean, Article 2, Article 3 both give the president power to do. You can conduct limited warfare without a declaration of war for 90 days, blah, 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 all this stuff. But also, the second one would be that we want Venezuela's oil. I can't imagine why. I think there's Bob, you can look this up. But as far as the Canadian oil that comes in, I think that Canada only has 2 refineries that's able to break down that sludge. And I would assume we have a couple of more, but I don't know how up and running they are because we haven't been using Canadian oil or Venezuelan oil much. So I don't know how many U.S. refineries can refine that sludgy Venezuelan oil either.
Yeah, I'm looking into it right now.
So that seems like a leap to me, to be honest. I don't think we would be doing that. Maybe we're trying to box out China, and you can debate whether or not that's a legitimate target or not. Who knows? You know, I mean, I'm open for debate on that one, but the idea that it's just for conquest or oil or anything kind of falls flat for me because I know the details of the case.
It says pretty much all of them can, but
yeah,
it's
all
only,
of the U.S. can, yeah.
But it's only like part of what they can do. So maybe the situation is it's just not a very efficient situation.
Definitely not. No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it would be more efficient for us to drill our own oil than it would to import Venezuelan oil.
That takes more time to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even at a significant discount because of the transportation of it and then the refinery process and all that stuff. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe it's true. I mean, people in government do dumb shit all the time. So
yeah.
According to the EPA, U.S. refineries generate an average of 30,000 tons of sludge oil annually. I guess I don't know if that's a lot. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah, and then Bob, I just DM'd you. Check your Twitter on the Rubio clip that you were talking about on Hannity here. You can go ahead and play that.
The Venezuelan regime is a source of instability in the entire region. Over 8 million Venezuelans have flooded into neighboring countries as a result of the regime's activities within their own country, including into the United States. They also happen to be the foothold of Iran. That's not spoken about enough. Iran, its IRGC, and even Hezbollah has a presence in South America, and one of their anchor presence, especially for the Iranians, is inside of Venezuela. So the Venezuelan regime...
Not just inside of Venezuela, but Bob, pull up a map really quickly of just type in Venezuela, and don't say map of Venezuela, just Venezuela. Click on the map right there. Zoom in. Zoom all the way in. On the border between the tri-area border between Venezuela, Colombia, and Brazil. It's going to be on the southwest corner right there.
Okay.
See that little fucking panhandle right there?
Yeah.
That is where the primary operations for Iran happen because it's right at the intersection of those 3 countries.
No shit.
Yes. And, you know, maybe it looks like just a little dog tail right there. Maybe we just cut that thing off, blow it up. We just blow that whole area off the face of the fucking earth. It butts up against this mountain range right here, which is beautiful, by the way, so I'd hate to destroy it. But that's where a lot of narco trafficking happens right there because it's at the intersection of those 3 states. There's also Hezbollah training camps there that we keep an eye on. There's all sorts of reasons for us to blow up boats coming off the coast of Venezuela. All sorts.
Well, to that point, Bob, go ahead and play this next clip that I sent you. Rand Paul.
Don't care what he has to say.
I can't believe it. Look.
I just don't. He doesn't know anything. He's a fucking gynecologist or an ophthalmologist. No, he's an ophthalmologist. Ron was the gynecologist.
Yeah, go ahead and play this.
Excuse me.
Because he's talking about the Venezuela boat guys.
If they're armed, show us that they're armed. If they're not armed, explain to us why we kill people who are not armed. So we usually think of war, we think of those people are taking up arms and they may kill our soldiers, so we kill them first. That's war. But these people, we haven't been told if they have arms. 2 of them they killed in the water, but 2 of them they scooped up. And did they arrest them for drugs and get drugs that were floating around in the sea? Did they look for arms? No, they just released them and said, go back to your home country, which really wasn't Venezuela. It was Colombia and Ecuador. So I think this whole thing is a terrible situation, but we as a country should not be so easygoing as to say, well, an accusation is enough. We sometimes make mistakes, even in our country, even when we're very, very careful. The DNA Innocence Project found that were people in jail in our country with full due process, we made a mistake. They've been in jail for 20 years. Do we really think blowing up boats without any kind of process? We got records from the Coast Guard yesterday that we released of boats stopped off of Venezuela before we had this new policy. So we've had an interdiction policy for 100 years probably, where we interdict people on the open seas and the Coast Guard does it. The Coast Guard statistics say that of boats off Venezuela, 21% of those boats didn't have drugs. And it's amazing to
I mean,
listen to
79%, yeah.
79% is pretty good.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You kill 21% innocent people just because, well, the majority of them must
We're
be
not
drug
blowing up
users, so
every
we're
boat off the
fine.
coast of,
No, that's not very
Venezuela,
thoughtful.
Rand, you
It's
fucking
actually
mongoloid.
an extraordinary,
Nobody has claimed that. Turn this shit off.
Yeah.
His point was that even if 80% of the boats have drugs on them, which, by the way, the drugs are the weapon, Rand, because they're full of fucking poison. 1 million Americans have died since 2000 from foreign imported drugs. 1 million, more than all of our wars combined, bitch. So you can sit there with your fucking libertarian ideology, your coward, fucking morally coward bullshit, and talk about, oh, you got to be more careful. 80% of the boats coming off the coast have drugs on them, poison drugs that are killing our people. 1 million in the last 25 years. And nobody said that we're blowing up every boat. We're not blowing up every single fucking boat.
No.
Where did you get that from? You just added that to the conversation. You're a fucking liar. God damn it, these people suck.
And it's balls and strikes in this one. It's exactly what I said at the top of the show, where I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. It's such a strange hill to die on for these fucking people. Like Rand Paul. Why the fuck would you come out and say that statement? I mean,
because his ideology matters more to him than his country does.
It's crazy.
Fucking period.
It's just
insane, that is the end of it. This ideology he has matters more to him than reason and common sense and the real fucking world and his own country. That's what it is.
Ask him. What I would love is if the reporter asked him a follow-up question of like, hey, dude, if 80% of the people that came to your house were fucking awful, would you let them in? You know? Would you ask him? Would you fucking sit and chat with them or something else? Whole different answer there. Let's not forget, Rand Paul got the shit kicked out of him by his fucking neighbor when he was mowing his yard. So clearly he's never been in any fights or any form of warfare at all. So
I mean, I don't support
is he the
that.
expert on
He's
this
an
bullshit?
ophthalmologist, man. If you run in, like I'm sure there's some eye doctors out there who are fucking rolling from time to time and staying healthy and shit, but look at that guy. He's never been in a fight. Come on. Bob, look in your Twitter DMs and play this. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now.
Sure.
But is hilarious. Just play it. This is we're gonna move on to the next story now, but this is a little palate cleanser.
Okay.
True. This creates danger. And I'll tell you what, in my time on this, I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word in front of people. This is shameful. And I have yet to see an elected official, a Republican elected official, say, you're right, that's shameful. He should not say it. So look, I'm worried. We know how these things go. They start with taunts, they turn to violence. So deeply concerned.
Oh, you're deeply concerned about your side murdering Republicans? Because it just hasn't gone the other way. No, Pete, somebody drove by your house and called you retarded because that's what you are, Tim.
The other part of this is the last shooting that was in Minnesota was Democrat on Democrat.
All of the shootings are
those
Democrats.
fucking things. It was the No Kings March.
You
Remember
said
that?
You said the R word, man. Oh.
Fucking
Imagine how much of a limp dick you've got to be. You can't say a word.
You know
what I mean?
It's the R word. It's the R word, I guess. So, no, the guy's a fucking retard. All right, next up, sponsorship lines. At least Andy Frisella will be supportive of this lead in here.
Yeah, he
Firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. I wish he was on the show today, for Christ's sakes. Jesus Christ. He didn't put up with this shit. Support companies that don't put up with any of this shit, dude, like First Form. Best in the biz. This is my favorite supplement company on the planet. God, if you go there, you'll understand. Like, it's so hard to describe what an unbelievable facility they have there. And their products are fucking amazing, dude. Start with the level 1 bars because they're up there now. That peppermint flavor is back for the holidays. It's one of my faves. I almost wish it was all year round. I mean, I know they do seasonal shit, but like, god damn, it's good. 20 grams of protein in these bars, a million different flavors. Peanut butter and jelly, my kids love. The kids eat it too. Cookies and cream, birthday cake, cookie dough, caramelized, what are the salted caramel ones? God, those are great. The peanut butter chocolate pretzel ones. They got a million fucking flavors. They're all amazing, and they're all available in powders as well. So if you take your protein in powder, all those same flavors are there. It's endless, it feels like. And their microfactors are the best in the biz. Bob, did you grab some back there?
Yeah.
Why don't you throw me a bag here?
Delish.
I'll do
They're
it.
all the way.
All the way back?
Yeah.
I'll allow it, Bob. Will you grab me a pack, dude?
Okay,
I'll do it live on air. We were up late shooting Crime Corner last night. You've got to get the proper vitamins inside you, dude, on a daily basis. Especially, we recorded, I think, for 12 hours yesterday. Some stuff for over the holidays and everything else. Definitely didn't work out or eat the way I needed to yesterday. I think I had Jersey Mike's last night, super late. But it is important to get the daily vitamins inside your body to keep you going here. They got the big 6 in it. Antioxidants, CoQ10s, multivitamins, fruits and veggies, EFAs, and the probiotics. 30 individual bags that are in a box. Takes the guesswork out of vitamins. You just pop in your mouth. Boom, you're good to go. Order a new box for the next month. You're ready to fucking rock, dude. I'm one of those people, and I'm sure you guys are too, where it's just like you order all this shit off of, Amazon or whatever it is. You run out of one, you forget to reorder it, or it doesn't match, or it's going to be there on off days and everything else. Just fucking buy a box of this goddamn shit. It will change your life. Piss will be bright yellow in about 40 minutes. So you know that it's working there. And these guys are my faves. OptiGreens as well here to start the day are fantastic. Peruse their entire fucking thing. Boom. I'll take it live on air. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. It was a long night last night. And go to firstform.com/Drinkin Bros today. My box is back in your office now. So, yeah, dude, thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Always free shipping on orders over $100, and that's First Form spelled with a 1. It is 1STPHORM, firstform.com/Drinkin Bros. And then, Byron, you can come back to me. Let's take them live on air, for Christ's sakes. Like, God, I needed it after last night. You did great last night, Byron, by the way.
Thanks.
It was a long day of shooting. I'm gonna give you some props. Was it a 6-hour show last night?
Yeah, 6-hour show after the other ones, so it's a good day. Long day.
Feeling it today. We're all feeling it today, but it's going to be worth it. They're bangers, friend. Take your First Form. All right, next up.
Wait, before we move on to this next story, Bob, go to your Twitter again. I just found this Lou Dobbs on CNN in 2006 reporting that, indeed, Smartmatic was controlled by Venezuela.
Lou Dobbs said this?
And 19 years ago, yeah.
On television?
Yeah, on CNN, yep.
On the telephone.
A firm owned by Venezuela could be allowed to take over one of this country's top voting machine firms. Venezuela, of course, led by Hugo Chavez, working to change the views of most South American countries, moved to the left. Critics of the deal say our nation's very democracy is now for sale without anyone doing a thing about it. Giddy Pilgrim reports.
The use of some 19,000 electronic voting machines in the city of Chicago and Cook County primary on March 21st of this year is now under intense scrutiny. The U.S. company that makes the machines, Sequoia, was bought in 2005 by Smartmatic, a private company primarily owned by Venezuelan businessmen. When Chicago had problems with the machines, a dozen Venezuelan employees were there to help with the election. Chicago officials are outraged.
I think that American elections ought to be run by American companies and ought to be run by American citizens, not Venezuelan nationals.
Smartmatic is technically based in Boca Raton, Florida, but the president of the company, Jack Blaine, testified to the Chicago City Council. Fewer than a dozen Smartmatic employees work in Florida. The majority of the workers are based in Venezuela. Watchdog groups question why U.S. voting machines would be under the control of citizens of another country, especially a country whose own election process is highly suspect.
We believe this is a national security issue. There is no way that companies belonging to non-U.S. corporations should have access to our elections.
The Treasury Department is supposed to monitor sales of U.S. companies to overseas investors where there is a question of national security, such as in the Dubai ports deal, the so-called CFIUS review process. Some in Congress are demanding an investigation.
Wow, dude.
So just quick math, looking up information on their website, Smartmatic controls 20% of the U.S. vote.
Why?
Why indeed? Well, we're seeing why.
Yeah.
Why is so that
all you need is 20%.
Why? Yes. In elections that are almost exclusively resolved within 4 points, you only need 20%.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
correct. This Corporal Goldfish, that report was from 2006, We are now in, and I don't know, spoiler alert, we're in 2025 now. I don't want to ruin anybody's day or anything, but we're in 2025.
Fucked up my day.
And this has been going on for the better part of 2 decades now. So every election that's happened in the better part of 2 decades, you got to look to what the interests of Venezuela and, as such, Iran and China have been, because they have had control of 20% of our fucking electorate. That is not speculation. That's a fucking fact.
CNN said it, so, I mean.
CNN said it in 2020 and 2006,
dude.
and we're saying it now. I mean,
know.
it's a fact. What they've done with that control, TBD, we'll have to investigate that, and I don't know how they would be able to prove or disprove it. But do you think that China and Iran and Venezuela use that responsibility wisely and appropriately?
Nah.
Okay. I mean, you're free to believe that, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. Next up, my favorite story of the week. Kamala Harris is full of shit. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro unleashed on former Vice President Kamala Harris during an interview published Wednesday, claiming that what the Democratic nominee for president wrote about him in her new book, which she's been doing plenty of interviews all over the fucking world for, was utter bullshit. That is a direct quote from Josh Shapiro during an interview with the Atlantic's Tim Alberta. Shapiro denied what Harris alleged in her book, 107 Days, which included discussions of Shapiro and others she vetted to be her running mates. Harris said Shapiro had asked her staff lots of questions, including how he might arrange to get Pennsylvania artists' work on loan from the Smithsonian. She also accused him of wanting to be involved in every decision and said she reminded him a vice president is not a co-president. Whoopsies. She wrote that in her book. That's complete and utter bullshit, Shapiro said in response to that description. He says, I can tell you that her accounts are just blatant lies. I did ask a bunch of questions, Shapiro said. Wouldn't you ask questions if someone was talking to you about forming a partnership and working together? Alberta said he found that both Shapiro's staff and Harris's described meeting with him were pretty fucking similar. He asked Shapiro if he felt betrayed by Harris, and she said, I mean, she's trying to sell books and cover her ass. He said before backtracking, I shouldn't say cover her ass. I think that's not appropriate. It's his direct quote. Too late on that one, Josh. But I like how he's doing it in real time because, let's face it, that's how most of us are in real life. She's trying to sell books, period. Harris also had reservations about former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, which she detailed in the book. Buttigieg, who's gay, would have been an ideal partner if he were a straight white man. God damn it, there's no way she wrote this. Mm-hmm. Is that in the book? Mm-hmm. Is that real? Okay.
Yeah, but we were already asking a lot of America to accept a black woman married to a Jewish man. Part of me wanted to say, screw it, let's just do it. But knowing what was at stake, it was too big a risk. This is, again, I said this yesterday, these leftist people and the collectivists on the right, it's identity first and everything follows.
Yes.
Everything else follows, which is, I don't know if that's why they fall into postmodernism or if it's a result of them having fallen into it. It doesn't matter to me because the result is the same.
It is, and dude, even to your point about with the far right, like with Rand Paul, those fucking statements there too. I'm a Republican. I hate that Republican. I hate that fucking guy. And there's nothing wrong with saying that out loud. I don't have any problem with Shapiro's comments, calling her a fucking bitch and a liar. Like, if that's what happened, that's what happened there. Yes, she is trying to sell books. That's how this works. I believe she got a $13 million advance.
Oh, yeah. Wait until the book I write about Drinkin Bros.
Oh, boy.
None of it will be true.
No. I've never had AIDS.
I'm going to write, and it's going to be called the Real History of Drinkin Bros podcast, and real is going to be in quotation marks, and it's all going to be fucking bullshit, the whole thing. And if you buy it, you're an idiot. But I will sign it.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm looking over,
and all the proceeds are going to something that you support.
Yes, of course.
Which is me.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Obviously, and drugs.
And meat.
But I mean, I'm looking through this fucking shit here, and what's the hope and dream of this? That she's running potentially against him in 28, and then this is part of that? Like, what is it, I guess?
I think to me, her political career is very clearly over.
I think so, too.
She's just trying to make books.
Whereas I think his should be, in my opinion, for the Democrats in the driver's seat. But
Shapiro, yeah.
But it's not.
I mean, the Democrats have a pretty decent people say they don't have a good bench. I think they got a pretty decent bench. Shapiro, Whitmer, is it not Warnock? Who is the guy down there?
John Ossoff.
No, it's not Warnock.
And
no, Warnock's crazy.
Warnock.
For some reason in my brain they're
Georgia.
right. I know geographically they are, but they're in my brain they're right next to each other and they should not be. And I'm Ossoff. I don't like you, but I'm sorry that I put you next to him because that dude's crazy.
And then Andy Beshear in Kentucky.
Beshear in Kentucky is okay.
I mean, he's a Democratic governor who signed school choice into law and stuff like that. So there's guys out there.
Yeah, they've got a couple of dudes, so they're not completely bankrupt of dudes to run out there.
They're not. The problem is
and then Lurch too, but his problem is he looks that way.
Right.
If he looked like just an average person, he would be the front runner for them, in my opinion.
He might be the Abraham Lincoln we never get.
Yeah.
If you put
he just looks like a fat Lincoln, kind of.
If you put him in Gavin Newsom's body,
oh God,
that would be their dream candidate. And I on the Hollywood side of things, by the way, they're raising money out there because I never took myself off these lists so I could see what's going on. And I know I've said this in the past. I'll reiterate it here now. They're raising millions in Hollywood for this fucking guy after they left. He personally left them dry, literally.
You talking about Gavin Newsom?
Yes.
Well, you want to skip down to the next story then?
Fuck, by all means.
Because Halle Berry lights his ass on fire.
I heard about it, and as I was leaving the house this morning, I was like, no way. Because there is a shit ton of money going through Hollywood's hands to this fucking guy. And I'm like, man, all of us watched him just destroy the state of California. Byron, you can fucking speak more on this too. Like, I just don't know how you vote for that. I realize looks-wise, he's who you want. But every single policy this dude has ever had has been a fucking failure and collapsed one of the most beautiful states we have. So, like, you're in Sacramento. Yeah. That's the capital there. So
I mean, he didn't. Like, Jerry Brown didn't give him a lot to come in with, but
Who,
then
Moonbeam?
he fucked that even more somehow. He's really, throughout COVID, he completely fucked over the state with a lot of economic policies and just other shit. It's
Moonbeam.
Sad.
Moonbeam is a great example of this because he was out because he was terrible. And they were like, you know what, man? I guess I just forgot about it. Let's get him back in, dude. Let's do it again. It's kind of like the Atlanta Falcons head coach, Raheem Morris. He was so shitty 2 years ago at 4-11. They were like, man, let's bring him back. They're 4-8. Great job, dude. Yeah, it's on the same, way to fucking go.
It's the Gelman amnesia effect. You forget how bad something sucks, and you're like, we should bring that guy back. And everybody's like, wait, you remember that it sucked, right? It's like, nah.
No, they don't. And I'm reading these emails back and forth, and I'm not saying a fucking word at all. I'm just reading the emails going back and forth, and the majority of them were, he's the voice we need who's going to fight back against Donald Trump. I so badly just wanted to write an email blast back, because there's a million people in this goddamn thing that just says, hey, you realize in 28, he ain't running against Trump. Like, he's gone.
Yeah.
So we don't know who that person's going to be for the right. I'm imagining Vance, but God damn it, he's awful. And the problem is, he's getting all the fucking headlines. Like, so again, I'll say what I say about Beshear and the rest of these dudes. Unfortunately, they're not giving them any press. Gretchen Whitmer, the only thing that I've heard about her in the last year, or just speaking, like on a public platform, the media reporting about her was with Donald Trump. That's it. The rest of these guys who are running these states, Tim. I hear more about fucking Tim Walz on the Democratic side.
I don't trust an early breaking horse.
I don't either.
Typically doesn't. I mean, I know that, like, obviously Trump's a bit of an outlier because he was he was not the front runner in 16, but he was sort of the front runner in 24 the whole time. But typically it's not the early breakers. You hear about it. You hear about it. I mean, you remember after 12, people were talking about Chris Christie was the hot name for like a year and a half.
Yep.
After 2012, Hillary, I guess, was kind of always crowned as well. But yeah, typically it's not the early breakers.
Yeah, and if I'm the media, which let's face it, 98% of it's owned by the left.
Yeah.
Start fucking promoting a real candidate that like everybody can get behind? I don't
think you want to do it.
No.
I think people get tired of people too early. You don't want to. You want to time it right. It is kind of like showbiz. Like you don't want to overexpose too early and then have people be tired of you and then almost seem like your campaign is this guy again, even though you haven't even run a campaign yet.
Yeah, Newsom's fucking up right now, putting himself out there so much.
He's out there like the election's tomorrow.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's about him running for election as much as it is he can't not be on camera.
Oh, he loves it. And so his wife loves the fame too.
Well, look, the camera loves him. He loves the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, if things track over the next 10
like
years, his wife will leave him for Donald Jr.
Yeah.
Again.
I mean, look, she was the Weinstein victim that came out and changed her name from Jane Doe in that L.A. trial.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? I want to be famous too. Let me just go ahead and say my name. I was one of those people who went back up to the hotel. But yeah, man, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. And like Pete Buttigieg, saying this about Pete Buttigieg, like I thought he could have potentially been a candidate for 28 for the Democratic side.
You need to listen to him talk more.
No, I do. And people,
he is a fucking idiot.
I agree.
He's so dumb.
But he gets pitched a lot, dude, from the left.
He's just like he takes like the shallowest of leftist talking points, and he's like, I mean, I can't even believe you guys don't believe this. What?
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's like crazy what the Republicans are doing right now. It's just like, shut the fuck up, dude. You don't know anything. Please just demand that I don't care which side of the aisle you fall on necessarily, but please at least ask them questions where the answer clarifies whether or not they understand history and the Constitution, and then they provide a clear platform. That's it. Just those three things, I think, would solve 80% of the problem. Because right now you're just captured by alarmism or reactionary bullshit from no matter what the candidate's side is. It's always that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, and then we'll go to the next story here before next advertiser. But Halle Berry hates Gavin Newsom, so I just walked.
There's video of this.
So this one, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was walking out of the house. And
I thought she was going to call him the N-word.
It would have been great.
But she's too white for that. I think she would get canceled for that.
Yeah. I was heading to meet Tim for a tasting this morning at the studio for Hard AF, and I was like, shit, I can't watch this. But like I saw the lower third where it says it goes off against Gavin Newsom, but I haven't heard it. So Halle Berry called out Governor Gavin Newsom while delivering a speech about how women are viewed in Hollywood and across America. Let's hear it from her.
But the opposite of that, back in my great state of California, my very own governor, Gavin Newsom, has vetoed our menopause bill, not 1, but 2 years in a row. But that's okay, because he's not going to be governor forever. And with the way he's overlooked women, half the population, by devaluing us in midlife, he probably should not be our next president either. Just saying. I need every woman in this country to fight with me. But the truth is, the fight isn't just for us women. We need men too. We need all of the leaders, every single one of you in this room. This fight needs you. But
so
they're fighting. She wants more attention to be paid to post-menopausal women.
Okay.
Like there's this idea that, I don't. The language she uses is kind of weird. She says that people will say that I'm past my prime. It's like, well, you are. There's nothing wrong with that. Every part of your life has value, right?
I don't think Halle Berry is past her prime at all.
Of course she is.
She's hot as
She's
fuck.
60. No. I don't care how hot she is now. She's not as hot as she was at 25. And neither am I. Well, actually, men, it goes in reverse. Right? We apologies, ladies, but that's just the way it is.
Halle Berry, to me, is not fucking aged, dude.
No, she
looks great.
She's very clearly aged. Very clearly.
But in a hot
She's
way.
not. She's
I
not.
didn't know she was 60 years old.
She's not gotten ugly.
Is she 60?
Yes.
How old is she?
59. She's not gotten ugly or any of that stuff. But everyone has a prime. If a prime exists, the idea that you're not past your prime means that a prime exists. Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and you're not in it. Your prime isn't your whole fucking life. That's not what prime means. Not everybody's special. Not everything is the best that's ever happened. There's a part of your life where you're optimal, right? And in different ways. Maybe you're not past your prime intellectually at that point, or maybe you've grown more as a person. Your personality, your personal philosophy are way better than they used to be when you were 25. Mine certainly is, right? But she's talking about physical stuff. You are past your physical prime. The end.
Well, she looks great.
She does look great, but she is 100% past her physical prime. That is not an objectionable statement. It is an empirical fact.
So what did Gavin Newsom do in regards to this menopause thing?
He stole their uteruses. I have no idea.
Oh, that'd be
He
great.
vetoed, I guess they're calling it a bipartisan bill. It was just for like drug, like, let me read the exact thing. I looked it up because I wanted to see how.
Yeah.
It was like
while you're
crazy.
looking it up, I can kind of go through why she's been on this campaign here for the last. She's been talking about this a lot for the last 4 or 5 years, I guess. When is menopause? Usually mid-50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, to dispel another rumor or another, women's bodies are they're made to have babies until menopause, right? That's what menopause is your body saying, all right, no more of that. Now, certainly there's more inherent risk not above 35 anymore. It's above 40, 41, 42 now. But there is more inherent risk, and you've got to be more diligent about certain things when it's that late. But these are like real words that mean shit. People, that words mean stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll use myself as an example. So my wife, she was 41, and they treated her like she was 70 having a baby.
Yeah.
And
she, by the way, not one complication because she is not a fat retard.
No.
She has been healthy her entire life.
She barely even went into the doctors. Like over and over. It was just like, hey, dude, this is my third. It's
She was just
pretty
going there for
easy,
drugs.
Cruise control, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Give
the
me some
act,
of them drugs.
the act required healthcare service plans or health insurance policies that cover outpatient prescription drugs to provide coverage for evaluation and treatment options for premenopause and menopause.
They should, because a lot of those drugs are like stuff for osteoporosis, for bone strength. So we don't have a bunch of crippled old ladies on our hands.
Yeah.
A bunch of it is hormone replacement therapy, which if you're a woman that's going through menopause, you should definitely be doing that. You should be getting your estrogen, thyroid, and testosterone levels worked out because it'll make that process easier, but it also makes you a lot more healthy as you go on. Like for the rest of your entire life. You get through that process in a healthy way and maintain your skeletal muscle mass and your bone density, you're way more resistant to all-cause mortality, cancer, anything for the rest of your life if you do that. So she's right, 100% right about that. I just don't know why she's like splitting hairs over whether or not she's in her physical prime or not. Obviously you're not, because you need all this treatment. You know what I mean? Just to say what it is. That part was just, and I mean, I'm just, it's annoying to me, but her main point is correct.
Yeah.
So don't lose focus. And Gavin Newsom's also a cunt. So.
This is one of the first fucking celebrities, huge celebrities, that has come out against Gavin Newsom. Yeah. And
the other part of it is, by the way,
making waves.
The only reason for him to say no to any of this stuff is because somebody from the pharmaceutical industry told him to.
Yep.
Because otherwise, his generalized cuckery would land on the side of, oh yeah, women, hell yeah.
He's genuinely one of the worst human beings of all time.
He's a terrible person.
It's fucking mind altering to me. Next up is our next advertiser talking about Brunt, dude. Love fucking Brunt workwear. It's for everybody out there, the normal dude. Pop that on screen there, Bob. Look at Brunt. Right in time for the holidays. These boots are made for walking and fucking, dude. They didn't say that at all, but I do. Brunt's got everything you need, man. If you're out there doing just fucking real shit, just real man shit, dude. Manual labor, out there fucking working, want to look cool and a little fucking stylish, and also not wear something that doesn't rip your fucking nipples off. Every fucking product they have is comfortable, looks great and amazing, and it's not that cheap fucking dog shit. I'll tell a true story about this, man. There was many years ago, not many, but it's like 6 or 7 years ago. There was a outerwear company that wanted to fucking buy out the show and then have us read ads for them for the entire thing. Say, hey, ship it to us. The flannels felt like shit, and the boots were like fucking wearing cardboard, and it fucking sucks, and it fucked up my foot when I was wearing it. Just rolling around. I called the dude back and I go, hey, money's great, but we can't fucking do this. Like, the people are gonna hate us. Everybody's wearing Brunt, dude. This is a no-brainer in my opinion. Go full screen here and pull up some of their items for the holidays there, because they got everything, man. They got jeans, they got fucking hoodies, they got all of it, dude. They got boots, you name it, man. This company is fantastic, dude. So if you're slipping on work boots on a daily basis, like these right here, some of the best in the business. Brunt's best-selling Marin work boots are not only built for the toughest job sites, they're completely waterproof. Whether it's rain, mud, or standing water, your feet stay dry. From oily workshop floors to muddy farm fields and everywhere in between, the Marin 6-inch soft toe is built for workers across a variety of trades. Brunt's isn't just about boots. They also offer a bunch of full-range, high-performance gear built for tough jobs like I was telling you about earlier. From heavy-duty work pants to weather-resistant jackets, Brunt designs are durable, comfortable, and they look fucking cool, dude. Look at that. Who else is going to put a model on their ad with a tattoo on their leg, for Christ's sakes? Scroll up, Bob. Look at that. That fucking rocks, dude. Let's go.
What is that tattoo? Zoom in on that.
I don't know if it'll let you, will it?
Yeah.
Why not, dude?
Do whatever we want. It's America.
We'll see.
Just like some kind of Viking shit.
Look at that, dude. Look at
Get
this
all the
fucking
way in there.
dude.
Actually, you know what? Go back up a little bit. I want to see his hog.
Yeah, let's see that hog, dude.
No, I'm just kidding. Go into the tattoo. What are you doing?
Yeah, there you go.
What we got here?
That's the first time I've ever seen
that's a fucking
model just.
That's a brutal tattoo.
I know.
Right on the shin bone. Damn it, dude.
man, that would hurt.
That would. I mean, that's a cut. That's like a 2.5, 3 hour tattoo probably, and it's right on the shin bone the whole time.
Yeah,
dude, that heavy black part up top.
Seriously, shit, dude. So if they're willing to do that, that's how fucking rad these guys are. With temps dropping and the holidays coming up, it's time to treat yourself. The hardworking man in your life to real comfort. Skip the throwaway gifts and get him something built to last and that he can actually fucking wear on a daily basis. Brunt Workwear. Our listeners get $10 off their entire order with the code Drinkin Bros at checkout. That is bruntsworkwear.com. Use the code Drinkin Bros. Order today and let them know you heard it from the show. That always helps, dude. And with guys like these are the type of advertisers we want. So support these guys as well. And if you're out there, you need this shit anyways, chances are. Next up, you can get the fuck out of here. I like this. A Pakistani immigrant and University of Delaware student was arrested with a cache of guns, ammunition, and body armor and a manifesto. I always love a good manifesto right around the holidays. You know, who doesn't? And he explained in this manifesto that he plans to kill all and achieve martyrdom with a mass shooting on school's campus. Lakman Khan, 25, was arrested just before midnight on November 24th after cops found him in his pickup truck parked after hours and decided to search the car when he began acting suspiciously. We got a fucking photo of this guy, by the way. I'd love to see what this fucker
speaking
looks
of, we don't have a photo yet, but update on the Brian Cole guy. So the bail bond company is for a lot of illegal immigrants, and they were represented by Ben Crump.
Oh, of course they were.
So he's probably not a repube, I would imagine. I don't think.
You're joking, right?
Yeah.
Ben Crump's always been a fucking.
I don't think he's ever repped a repube before.
So look at this fucking guy, this Pakistani here. This is Khan right here, and he was planning to go shoot up University of Delaware, I guess.
Yeah, he had a whole fucking scribbled out notebook of all the equipment he was going to use and the specific like areas where the police officers and security guys were and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Get these fucking people out of our goddamn country. Yeah, I just don't understand. It's story after fucking story and story.
So they searched his car after he began acting suspiciously. He was cruising around the park in his pickup truck. Speaking of pickup trucks, I don't know if this means anything to you or to either of those two behind the desk there, but the Toyota Hilux is coming to America.
Dude,
I
is a big deal.
Saw that, man. We can post that up. after this story, but
It's find the right one, the one that's all boxy and fucking.
it's
the new one
it's
they
on
made.
Twitter, Bob.
Yeah, it's a minimalist, and it's like $22,000 is what it's going to retail.
Toyota's trending right now. They said under 20 on Twitter, but who knows?
It might come in under 20, but.
And there's another fun flirty car which we'll get to, but with this Pakistani guy.
Well, they found a 357, a bunch of 27 round magazines, body armor. The pistol was fitted with a switch, which means it was basically, or I'm sorry, not that pistol. There was a different pistol that was fully automatic. But he had like one of those. I don't actually know what they're called. It's a conversion kit where you slide your weapon up into the top of it and it turns into basically a rifle, but it's still a handgun. Found a fucking handwritten notes, manifesto. It included phrases like "kill all - martyrdom." So he's writing in shorthand. You couldn't take the time to write it all out, dude.
No. When you're thinking about shooting up a campus, sometimes you don't have that time, you know.
No, I mean you got to take care of your wiener that's probably getting hard. He had an AR style rifle equipped with a red dot scope, which there's no such thing as a red dot scope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds very fishy.
I mean,
there.
no. They just don't know words.
Okay.
A scope is magnified.
Yeah, that's it.
A
right?
red dot, just called a red dot, red dot optic, even if you will. But second Glock pistol. This one equipped with a switch that turns it into fully auto. 11 other extended magazines, and as were deadly hollow point bullets. And a bulletproof vest. Yeah. And by the way, none of the weapons were legal, and nor was the switch, obviously, because those are illegal.
Sure. What about the guy?
It's almost like the laws meant nothing to this man.
It's weird, right?
I think the only solution, Byron, is to pass more gun laws. Because
I
can almost guarantee you the next gun law we pass, criminals will care about.
Yeah, they will.
That's going to be the one finally.
That'll be the one.
Yeah,
and
they
that'll end
care.
it permanently. That'll be the end.
It'll be the snowball that finally goes down the hill.
They always fucking care, dude. Once those
Fucking
laws are posted, and
retards.
those signs, too. This is a no-gun zone. They really abide by those as well. Every time, man.
Yeah. We all know criminals. They're law-abiding citizens. Right?
Yes, dude. When it's time to crime, then you can kind of...
Yeah, then it gets a little fishy.
And then, you know...
You know what we should start doing? Let's issue, instead of arresting people, what we should do is send counselors out. And the counselor has a book of all the laws. And they just give them to them. Like, hey, you can't do any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll probably do it.
I actually do like the idea of sending a counselor out there with a civil law book and performing like a civil exorcism, essentially.
That'd be great.
Reading the law at them.
Yeah.
The whole statute.
And what's the holy water in this scenario?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Coke?
You know what I mean? I mean, it's America, so Coke would be a good one.
Coca-Cola is
Right?
probably
It'd be
the
a
one.
great
yeah.
one.
Just like splash him in the face with Coke Zero. Let's make it Coke Zero just to be healthy.
Grape
you know?
Fanta sounds great, too. But
Well,
whatever,
that's
man.
depending on the ethnicity, I suppose. You could pepper in some grape Fanta.
We will fix that eventually. It's somewhere up there on the ceiling. But so homeboy's going down here, and that's the end of it. This is another town square execution stitch, in my opinion. Like, God damn it, man. Until you actually do something like blow up a boat, I don't think it's going to get anybody's attention. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry. This is another hidden story that unless you fucking wrote about this, shit. I don't know that anybody fucking cares anymore. All they want to talk about is the goddamn Somalis and the Venezuelans that they give a shit about so much.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the Venezuelans some more then.
Let's do it. Shall we? No, we'll switch it on over to Toyota here. It's been trending all day.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have either paused the tariffs or lifted them in regards to this new Hilux here that's been popular overseas. It's the first time I ever saw this fucking car or heard about it in my
they're
entire
awesome.
life. So this is it. And then, Bob, show the video of the one that was backing out of the warehouse.
It's a certain style of truck. It's a K truck or key truck. It's a Japanese style that has the like drop down flatbed in the back, but they're also a lot smaller. So
Like all three panels drop down is what he's saying. So you can see when it's loaded up with stuff. You can basically turn it into a flatbed.
Okay.
To some degree.
Yep.
So you can put more cargo on there and stuff, but then it folds back up and just makes a normal looking pickup truck.
Yeah.
It just looks fucking dope.
It's fucking dope as shit, yeah.
So they've just sized it up and made an American full-size K-truck. It's fucking sick.
What was the old one? What did that look like?
A little bit. It was made for Japs.
Yeah, look up a
tinier?
Subaru Sandbar.
Was it
That's a
yellow?
popular model.
Yeah, I mean, those look like, what do you think those tires are? 28, 30 inches, something like that?
Yeah, around there.
The Jap ones are probably like 16.
17s, yeah.
17, maybe, yeah.
And then pull up the other car that they were talking about, too, after this. There's another car that they approved. It wasn't that one, but... Oh, that... Hey, go back to that Google search real quick.
The one on the left, yeah. God damn. Yeah, K-trucks are fucking
Yeah, that's
sick.
a K-truck. So
If
it's almost
I could
like a
fit
cab.
one,
That's
I
a
would own
cab
one.
over, right? So you want like a pickup truck that's not a cab over, because cab overs, once you go over like a certain mile per hour, a cab over that close to the ground is going to be kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Japs, they're not driving fast enough for that to matter, but we
They also got
definitely are.
perfect roads, too.
Yeah.
Also, we're talking about Japanese, Ross.
Yeah! For the people today. For the fucking people.
Yeah.
You guys earned that today. I like these fucking trucks. I've never heard of them, never seen them, never nothing. And there was like another fun, flirty version of this that's been floating around as well that apparently got passed. Is it KEI? Is that?
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. K-truck. That's
Yes.
how it's pronounced, yeah.
Okay, because last night when we were shooting Crime Corner with you, Byron does live that life. He was sitting next to me. I looked over. His screensaver on his computer was anime. It was Japanese anime.
Well,
So
no,
he
it
was
was
a
actually
big
Marvel
fan.
Comics, so it's America. But yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It looked like a little fucking Japanese dancer.
I
That
think
was
we
literally
should.
a Marvel comic
I
character.
think once these become available, we should get one for Byron.
Yes, I would. Yes, please.
And then wrap it in
Hard AF?
company stuff. Yeah.
Fine with me. I take that
Yeah.
trade off.
Let's see.
Because the reason why K-trucks, like, I would own one, but I'm 6'4". I do not fit in them. They
No,
are
there's
so
no
fucking
way, dude.
small.
There's no
so it's
way.
an American-sized one. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
there's
also
no
love
way.
Toyota. I'm a big fan.
They make really good engines.
Yep.
And actually, the
3.4 liter
suspension
V6.
is really good too. Yeah. They get oftentimes. I remember when the Tundras
Fucking
first came
bulletproof.
out, they were getting the same horsepower out of their 6 cylinders that everybody else was using a V8 for back in the day. And also, they're all going to be made in the U.S. too, because Toyota's building manufacturing plants all over the place here.
I was going to say Trump right now is. Whatever
on his
whatever the
15th press conference
cocktail.
of the day.
Jesus Christ, dude. Bob, go to your DMs and play this. Him talking about it here. This guy goes live all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fucking insane, dude. Give me this or the cocktail, the drug cocktail, or whatever. What is he? 79? God damn.
His
dude.
birthday's in October, right?
Not sure.
Oh no, it's in June.
I was gonna say, I think he just had it.
So I think he might be 78 still.
Either way,
No, he's 79. Yeah, he'll be 80 next year.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, this guy's fucking energy. He's going live every fucking day. Play this video. I haven't seen it. It just aired 40 minutes ago.
Administration has taken historic action to lower costs for American consumers, protect American auto jobs, and make buying a car much more affordable for countless American families and also safer. We're officially terminating Joe Biden's ridiculously burdensome, horrible, actually, CAFE standards that imposed expensive restrictions and all sorts of problems, gave all sorts of problems to automakers. And we're not only talking about here, we're talking about outside of our country, because nobody could do it. Nobody wanted to do it, and it was ridiculous, very expensive. It put tremendous upward pressure on car prices. Combined with the insane electric vehicle mandate, Biden's burdensome regulations helped cause the price of cars to soar more than 25%. And in one case, they went up 18% in 1 year. Today, we're taking one more step to kill the Green New scam. It's part of the greatest scam, probably, well, other than Russia, and a few others I could name. The greatest scam in American history, the Green New scam. And it's a quest to end the gasoline-powered car. This is what they wanted to do, even though we have more gasoline than any other country by far. And people want the gasoline car. They want everything. They want electric. They want to have lots of alternatives, but they do want the gasoline car. Right now, it's leading away by a lot. The car business is a very interesting business, but we want to keep it that way.
All right, so I can speak on this firsthand. I got to call 2 days ago. You and I flip trucks, always have for the company and
Yeah.
taxes and all that other shit every single year. Prices keep going up, but obviously the interest rates are through the fucking roof, and
Yeah.
Jerome Powell won't do a goddamn thing about that. A quarter point. It includes cars as well. Yes, car prices are fucking out of control. I finally just told this guy yesterday, I go, hey man, these are horrific deals you're offering. Like, I know we've worked together for years and done this shit, but like, these are all fucking terrible deals that you're offering for this. And unless something is done about it, we won't continue to work with you guys as a fucking company. I'm not going to burn his company down the ground. He's been good to us for a few years. But with that, he goes, look, man, I'll be honest with you. We went heavy on electric, as did every other fucking company and all that other shit. And he goes, it fucking costs us. And he goes, the other problem with it is now everybody wants to turn in their electric cars for something else. So you got a bunch of these electric cars, they got to slash the prices on those that nobody fucking wants, along with the new inventory that nobody fucking wants. And here we are. So introducing cars like this that are affordable for Americans and all that other shit is an excellent step in the right direction. Shit. I'll give a shout out to Ford as well. Ford did it first. What was that fucking pickup truck?
Lightning.
Maverick. No, it's called the Maverick.
Oh, the smaller one.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying,
the Lightning was their electric version of that.
Yeah,
and
they
it fucking bombed.
Yeah, the Maverick is basically like the new Ranger.
Yeah, I was like, the Ford Ranger did this first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that was 50 years ago, right?
Yeah, but it's the go.
But this came out like a year or two ago, and this was down to, I want to say, because we looked at it. Actually, we looked at it for Last Row Lopez, by the way, when we bought him that fucking car and for the show for Christmas, and this was going in at about $32,000.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's better than 70.
It is
Shit.
totally, and it's I drove it. It was great, but I was like, why isn't everybody else doing it? And they're like, well, this is a different dealership, and because this was Ford, he goes, well, if everybody was doing it, I was like, how do we make that much money and all this other shit?
Does Chevy have one? Is there like an S10 rebuild?
Colorado, I think.
Yeah, the Chevy Colorado. Yeah.
Is it? How much does that cost?
It's the shorter version.
Colorado's the small body.
36.
Silverado's the big one.
Yeah, I want to say 36 to 38.
Yeah, but this
Colorado.
Hilux is more along the original size of the S10 and
which people want back.
the Ranger,
That's like,
yeah.
dude, old Tacomas. Bro, they are so crazy on the market because it's the perfect size car. They're fucking awesome.
So the other one that's blowing
Yeah,
up.
see, that's still kind of big. That's a little bit bigger than the Maverick. It looks like.
Yeah, it's about the same size as a Tacoma. That car. So it's almost identical.
But where's the like truly small pickup truck? The
There
Hilux is going to be it, but like that's going to afford.
Maverick was the only other one that I could name before that.
But Maverick is just barely small in that. So this is
There's
going to
just not
force
one right
Ford.
now.
This is going to force Ford, Chevy, GMC, etc. to come out with a fucking Hilux. Like they're gonna have to bring back the Ranger. They're gonna have to bring back the S10. I don't know what GMC had necessarily, but they're gonna have to bring those back. That's gonna be dope.
my head.
If you, because again, we flip all these cars, but they got to be a certain weight. And I was looking at.
Yeah, we're not gonna get them.
No.
Doesn't make sense for us.
Well, tax-wise, it doesn't. But that's all we do it for is taxes. But for everybody that's actually working on a day-to-day basis, like 'cause Dan and I don't consider this a real job. We're grateful that we get to do it and you guys watch and all that other stuff.
No, but if you're
I'm not going to pretend that I'm a plumber out there.
Yeah, but if you're a plumber, you don't need a goddamn semi
Sure
truck
don't.
to take your tools to work. You need a pickup truck.
Yeah.
That doesn't cost $85,000 fucking
No
dollars,
shit.
man.
And so
Damn.
I support all of this.
Yeah.
The other car that is really
I also think but sorry to cut you off, but I also think that the discount we get on the 4,500 pound curb weight for taxes, they've got to create a new tax incentive for people that have the smaller 25 to 3,000 curb weight that have a job in that industry, electric or plumbing or something like that requires you to carry in tools around and shit like that. That should be a write-off too.
That would be great.
Yeah.
6,000 pounds is ours, by the way.
6,000, whatever it is.
And the one that's really fucking popular, Bob, if you can pull this up, and it's Toyota again. Toyota's fucking rocking it right now. Is the Toyota Land Cruiser?
Toyota's been
that new Land Cruiser.
That new Land Cruiser is dope as
if it was a little bit, I was gonna get
show that light blue one, dude. That's it. Yeah,
I was gonna get one instead of the GMC Denali I have, the Yukon Denali, but
they were sold out.
Well, it's not.
There's a wait list here.
It's not quite as big on the inside. I need bigger on the inside.
Yeah, this fucking rocks, dude. Cream on the inside,
clean on the outside.
Oh, is that 6'3"?
631.
Yeah, ice cream paint job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Doro. He's going by his real name now.
Seen him live in concert at a
Really?
fraternity house.
Oh, we had him on the show back in the day.
Yeah, he was on the show.
Yeah, played the
Yeah, he's
Z-
awesome.
He was a guest.
I hit him up.
Here.
I hit him up on Instagram every now and again.
Yeah, he's great.
He was the resident or artist for the Cowboys for years.
Yep. Does the Cowboys theme song. So like, yeah,
it was a good show.
You know what's really funny? I was at some kind of Christmas party or some shit at Sarah's house last year. I think it was last year. No, it wasn't a Christmas.
Gerardo?
Yeah. What was it? I don't remember what the party was for. It was some bullshit. But after party, her sister is dancing to that song. I'm like, oh, I fucking know this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that white people from New Hampshire knew what this was.
That was a huge hit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But one more time on this car here, because this is an affordable SUV for families and shit like that. They're coming in about 58, and those things are selling out left and right. They're
Meanwhile,
impossible.
the Escalade is up to like fucking 160 now.
Oh, it's nuts.
Like
Jesus.
the lowest
nuts.
base model is 130K, and I'm like, I'm not fucking buying that.
No, dude. I can't imagine. I don't care how you rich you are. I can't wrap my mind around spending $160,000.
If I'm going to spend 160, I'm going to spend $500,000. You know what I mean? Like if I've got that kind of money, I'm going to get a Rezvani tank. Pull that shit up. Rezvani. So you listeners, you may remember this from Terminal List, the one that got EFP'd. Look at this bad boy. 1,000 horsepower. It's got a fucking gun, a biometric gun safe inside of it. Like, if I'm going to spend that kind of money on a car, it's going to be something like this.
It kind of looks like a side-by-side, but just way more
It
badass
looks
and
like
big.
that because you don't have perspective. If there was a normal-looking car next
I
to it,
got
it's
you,
about
okay.
half that size. Like a normal fucking sedan would be about half the height of that thing.
Okay.
If not less.
But yeah, it's got a short wheelbase.
Yeah. Yep. Those things are dope.
Hell yeah.
Dope. Yeah, you got to wonder when the other two. Now that look, we were just into it, right? That was announced yesterday.
I think so.
So now we got to figure out what the response from Chevy and Ford are going to be, because they've got they've got IP on old models.
Oh yeah, and if they just look at what people are still driving currently to this day,
Yeah.
it is Rangers, it is 90s Tacomas, it
Yeah.
is those
They're still
small
all over the
trucks.
place, yeah.
Because they are reliable, they got enough technology that it's easier to work on them, but not so much that it bricks the car and makes it a piece of shit.
Oh, I'm bricked up.
I'm bricked up too.
I'm
Look at
too.
this
I love
goddamn
talking
thing.
about the Toyotas, man.
Yeah, so that thing is, I mean, you can go look at the specs for yourself, but it's 1,000 horsepower. It's got bulletproof glass and all kinds of shit. The $500,000 version, which is the one that I would get, has like run flat tires. It's got fucking electrified body in case somebody tries to steal it. It's got a biometric gun safe inside. It's got fucking life support system. It's got all kinds of shit.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Does it have a prosty in the back? Like instead of seatbelts, does it have flashlights back there? That'd be great.
Probably make that work.
Just pull
Maybe an
over
auto
to the
blow
side
or
of the
something.
car. Yeah, why not, dude? Why not? But that vehicle fucking rocks. Jesus Christ. Next up, the Washington Post lied. We've all heard this extremely stupid attempt to say Admiral Bradley or Pete Hegseth committed war crimes, but people have new information now. ABC's Martha Radatz, that's a fun name, on Wednesday on World News Tonight, was talking about the drug boat gates. Can we stop adding gate to everything? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I remember
Fucking
Watergate.
Watergate.
I
People
understand.
People
but-
were calling that thing with the dude with the pipe bomber Gate.
Gate? Come on.
They fucked up the thing. I mean, I just don't like that at all.
I don't either, man. Is there a clip of this that we could actually play, Bob?
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Yeah, put it in PIP so we don't get ruined by it. But I think it's
That
AB.
stands for picture in picture. If you guys who didn't understand that earlier, you two fucking
I just couldn't
retards
hear
who
'em,
were
sorry.
making fun of me for not knowing an acronym. Now you guys
They
did,
knew
too.
exactly
Also,
what
I know what PIP is, motherfucker.
This is ABC, so we may just want to play the audio because.
Yeah, play the audio. Yeah.
And tonight, new information. According
it's
to
on
a
somebody's
source
account. I think you're
familiar
right.
with the incident, the two survivors climbed back onto the boat after the initial strike. They were believed to be potentially in communication with others and salvaging some of the drugs. Because of that, it was determined they were still in the fight and valid targets. A JAG officer was also giving legal advice. So again, David, that video will be key, and Admiral Bradley will be on the Hill tomorrow behind closed doors.
All right, so
Why?
He's talking to people today, and some like Democratic congressman came out of it.
God.
What I saw was very disturbing. Yeah, it's war, bitch.
Yep.
It's meant to be disturbing.
Sorry.
That's why your fucking bitch ass is staying at home in your little gay suit. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, so just for clarification, nothing about any of this has been a war crime. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
The statute it would violate, had it, and again it didn't, but had it, would be Article 3 of the Geneva Convention. But in this case, there's clearly no violation. And anybody that taken the time to even take a cursory look at Article 3 of the Convention would know that that is the case. Because common Article 3 only protects persons who are, quote, taking no active part in the hostilities, and explicitly includes those placed or to combat by sickness, wounds, detention, or any other cause. Protection is therefore conditional and is immediately lost the moment a wounded person commits or clearly attempts to commit a hostile act. This principle is restated in Article 8, 2, Bravo 6 of the Rome Statute and ICRC Customary Law Rule 47. Wounded personnel who, instead of fleeing or seeking cover, deliberately move back toward a weapon system, a vehicle, a firing position, or even communications to try to radio in for help or radio in for this or that or whatever the fuck, remain a legitimate military objective, are manifesting a clear intent to resume direct participation in hostilities. Crawling back to a tank, a turret, anti-aircraft gun, an active missile launcher, or even communications constitutes a hostile act, even if done slowly or while injured. Because these individuals have voluntarily forfeited or to combat status by their own actions, a second strike directed at the still legitimate military target, now being remanned, is governed by the normal rules of distinction and proportionality, not by common Article 3's prohibition on violence to protected persons. The strike is therefore lawful and does not violate Article 3. And, as a follow-up, Hegseth and Admiral Bradley should sue the shit out of the Washington Post for calling them war criminals on repeat for a fucking week.
I would if I were them. Personal question here, and a few good men. Who are you rooting for, Tom Cruise or Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson is the hero of that story.
Sure is.
And Tom Cruise is a little bitch.
And this is...
In real life, I love Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He's an actor.
He's a great actor. He was great in that movie. It was a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
But this is the same type of situation to me, in my opinion. Like, hey, dude, let the fucking hard dudes do what they need to fucking do, and you don't need to know about it. Sorry. Don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about any of this, man. And why you're driving this narrative over these, we killed the poor drug dealers.
You can tell me when and where, and why, but you can never tell me how. That's the rule.
I don't get it.
You tell me when, where, and why, and I will fucking kill that person for you, but it's none of your business what goes on out there. I'm not fucking kidding.
I know, dude. And like, why does everybody want to know? Because the other story here, like, all this is breaking right now. The New York Times is suing the Pentagon for not allowing them access anymore or some form of access. Like,
okay. I mean, they're within their right to try to do that, sure.
Why?
Because they're a major media organization.
I don't think a major media organization, I don't think any media needs to be in there.
Inside, I mean, if you're going to allow anybody in, you've got to allow anybody that's legitimate in, typically speaking.
Typically,
yeah.
But do you view them as a legitimate organization? I do not.
I mean, so the answer to it is that they're bringing in a bunch of wingnut fucking so-called independent journalists who have no idea what they're doing, right? So if they were replacing them with actual professional journalists and not just fucking right-wing propagandists, then maybe.
Okay.
But that's clearly what they're doing. So here's this is the argument that the New York Times will make, and it's a legitimate argument that we got removed because of X, Y, and Z, because they think that we're fucking slanted this way. Well, they just brought people in who were slanted the other way. That's not fair, and they're correct to say that. Now, and then the government will rebut that it wasn't just that you were slanted, although you were. It's that you were also asking people to violate their fucking oath of office and break the law by giving you classified information. which is also true, right? So that'll all go to court, and it'll get decided by somebody other
But
than me.
the other part of that, in which we did this on fake news, real time when this was happening, was they required badges and showing ID and swiping all the other shit. So, like, what's your argument for that?
There's no argument for that.
I don't fucking get it.
It is a secured location.
And we got breaking news here. Appeals courts let Donald Trump keep the National Guard troops in D.C. for now. So they were trying to pull him out. God, did something happen? Something happened up there in D.C. a couple weeks ago. Jesus Christ. This I don't understand either. Why you don't want your cities, major cities, to be safer. I just don't fucking get it, dude.
Well, sure, if you use a constitutional means to bring law and order and safety back to those cities, then the globalist / leftist / collectivists can't then use extra judicial and extra constitutional means to do so, which is their point. They want to upend the Constitution and arrive at authoritarianism, and Trump is showing them that you have a constitutional remedy to solve that problem. And that is not good for them.
No. Last but not least, here's Snap. Back to reality. Big fan of that, by the way. I want to give you kudos on that. Dan writes the news. Big fan of that one. Okay. Yeah. Got to give him some applause. You made it a little louder, Byron. Shit. It's the fucking holiday season, bro. Get into it.
I don't do it for the applause.
Follows it up with a banger. Good job.
Just saying it that dry. I don't do it for the applause. U.S. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins on Tuesday threatened to cut off federal funding to Democratic-leaning states over what she alleged is the refusal to share SNAP program data with the Trump administration. The administration will begin to stop moving federal funds into these states starting next week until they comply.
Boom.
Yeah. Man, dude. Rollins told President Donald Trump during a cabinet meeting at the White House. New York Governor Kathy Hochul, responding to Rollins in an X post, wrote, "Genuine question, why is the Trump administration so hell-bent on people going hungry?" It's the fraud. It's the fraud. That's it. He's not trying to take people off their fucking benefits if they actually need benefits. It's the people that are defrauding the government for billions of dollars, and it's got to stop, dude. Jesus Christ.
So Rollins said her department needs the state-by-state data on the supplemental on SNAP to root out this fraud and to protect the American taxpayers. Now, we saw rampant fraud in red states. I can only imagine what it is in blue states, which is probably why they're not too keen on turning over that information. Because God knows how many politicians and their friends are getting fucking wildly wealthy defrauding the government. I mean, we've seen cases where like 180 people. There was one case, I think it was 170-something people were using the same Social Security number for their welfare benefits.
Yep.
And the response when they asked why the government hadn't looked into it, it said we didn't feel like just determining which one was the real person.
Because you had to go through all 177 people?
Yeah, so he's paid them all. God damn, man. I mean, that's insane. It's not your money. It's just the whole country, you know? So obviously, then the secretary said that the Department of Ag in February had asked all 50 states for the first time ever to turn over their data to the federal government, which is like, this is another thing with that whole Real ID thing. The federal government is now asking you to produce the identification that they issued you. That's not a violation of your rights, my friend. That is just fucking normal behavior. To be fair, I hate it. I say no to every picture at the airport too.
So do I.
And I always will. I will always say no to it. However, if they ask me for my fucking driver's license or passport, I show it to them because guess what? They've got a copy too, bitch.
Yeah.
Anyways. She said 29 states complied, but 21 blue states.
Red states,
No, 21 blue states continue to say no.
Yes. So you got 29 on the red.
Yeah.
21 on
the biggest ones are California, New York, and Minnesota. No shock there. USDA spokesperson later specified in a statement to CNBC 28 states and Guam joined us in this fight. But states like California, New York, Minnesota, etc., among 19 other blue states, keep fighting us. Now, we have sent Democrat states yet another request for data, and if they fail to comply, they will be provided with formal warning that USDA will pull their administrative funds. Massachusetts has not yet received any notification from the Trump administration about withheld federal funds, their governor said, but nevertheless called Rollins' threat truly appalling and cruel. How dare you see if we're actually spending your money wisely? How is that cruelty? The Trump administration is once again playing politics with the ability of working parents with children, seniors, and people with disabilities to get food. Okay, yeah, sure. And on the back end of that, critics have long accused the Trump administration of seeking to weaken the food stamp program as a whole. The One Big Beautiful Bill, which Trump signed into law in July, includes cuts to SNAP as well. And the administration later argued during the government shutdown that it could not pay full SNAP benefits in November because it lacked congressionally appropriated funding to do so. Multiple courts have rejected the administration's efforts to halt those payments, but they did indeed stop. 42 million people benefited from SNAP each month in fiscal year 24, and most of whom are children, elderly or people with disabilities, according to the USD's official website. Now, that can't possibly be true.
No.
It is, to say that it is mostly children is to say that it is children of poor parents.
There you go. It's not the kids who are applying for this shit.
But is it poor parents, or is it people that are scamming the system? Because everywhere we've looked, under every fucking rug we've pulled up, we've found rampant fraud every single time.
And those shitbirds in Minnesota who are using their kids for the autism benefits and all that other shits should be prosecuted to the fullest extent, or just thrown the fuck right out of the country here. So I have zero problem.
I think in lieu of all the Somalians should be removed.
Yeah,
for sure. But any Americans, I think, you know how I don't know if they still do this or not. I think people that tell you that this happened to them are probably lying, to be honest. But people say, I went to court and the judge told me you can join the military or go to prison. I don't think that happens anymore. It used to happen a lot. I don't think that ever happened in the 21st century, frankly. But I think it would be a good way to handle things moving forward. So you find some person that's committed a litany of fraud like this, and you say you have two options. We're going to prosecute you and take your kids, or you can take one of these fucking jobs we need a worker for and work like a fucking human being. How about that?
Nobody wants to work.
Nobody
wants to fucking work.
Give them the choice.
Come on, man.
Give them the choice.
Come on. I guarantee you most of them will be like, I don't want to work. I don't want to fucking work. All right, now's the point in the show. We get to the Drinkin Bro of the week. You could submit on drinkinbros.com or through the app. Drinkin Bros app is free on iPhones and Androids. Got a fun, flirty wall, just like the old Facebook, where you could post whatever you wanted to back in the day. You can do whatever you want. There's video, Titty Tuesday, all kinds of crazy shit on there, dude. So, yeah, have at it, dude. And it's fantastic. It's got all the podcasts in there. You can just click it. It'll play every single one for the entire back catalog, all the other stuff. It's got the store on there, which is up on screen as we see. And some of those a lot of those Black Friday items sold out. And I highly recommend the winterized gear, only because it's getting cold here. I use that hat all goddamn week. So shout out to Brandon for making those goddamn things. And the Bro Box, here it is. You got 2 days to order it for Christmas. I'm wearing it here in the old hat, Drinkin Bro's Christmas hat. Get it now. And then you can also submit for Drinkin Bro of the week. It gets emailed to us live on air. I like, Bob, behind you there, because we usually look back. We usually have a ton of listeners in the studio. When it gets remotely cold in Texas, they're like, nah, man, fuck this shit. We're good, dude. We're not coming in here.
It's been a little bit since we've had a friend in studio.
Oh, yeah. Because of the weather. I don't. There's something about like the hotter weather where they're just like, shit, man, I can go and drink free Hardy F seltzer and get blasted in there. Yeah, fucking come at it, dude. You're welcome to it. But yeah, let's see who do we got here. Drinkin Bro submission. David Fine from Knoxville, Tennessee, listener for 5 years, nominating Lloyd Hodge, who is deceased. Sorry about that. My father-in-law passed away suddenly on Thursday after spending the evening playing with my kids. Known this man for 20 years. There are a few like him that kind of stop everything to help everyone. Although he's been sober for around 25 years, he's still my drinking bro of the week. Cheers, Lloyd, and until we meet again, my friend. Cheers to you. I feel like we get a lot of those similar stories, and it sucks, man. I hate to hear that. Shit, especially right before the fucking holidays, man.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah. But look, we appreciate you guys tuning in every single day, supporting us in all these fucking weird and crazy fucking endeavors and all this shit. And it means a lot to us. And if you're out there and you're saying, hey, dude, I can't buy a fucking bro box or anything like that, just drop a fucking review. That's free. Just go to Spotify, rate the show a 5-star. Boom, that's it. You can walk away. Then head on over to iTunes. Just a little 5-star, quick review, and you're good to go over there. The advertisers care about that, which helps us keep the lights on here for all this shit. So we greatly appreciate that as well. Please keep those reviews coming. For D'Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.